When you start researching at the university level, you will begin to hear these words all the time: peer-reviewed articles. In this video, we'll explore what these are, what the peer review process looks like, and how to find them on our website. To understand peer-reviewed articles, let's briefly talk about journals and journal articles, terms that you'll also begin to hear often. Journals are specialized publications written by and for academics. They're like high-quality magazines for researchers. Generally, they cover a specific field of study, for example, educational psychology or literature. While journals used to be printed, most have moved exclusively online. The articles within them are usually studies or academic essays, and they are generally longer than most of the articles you are probably used to reading. Now that you know a little more about journals, let's get into what peer-reviewed means. Peer review is a process by which experts in the appropriate field of study evaluate the work for quality. Usually these works are articles submitted to a journal for this review. So what does this process look like? First, the researcher or researchers write up their findings as an article. They will decide which journals to send their research to, considering their field of study and the topic of their research. Now, something quick to note is that not all journals have a peer review process. Just because an article is in a journal does not mean that it's peer reviewed. If you're not sure if your article is peer reviewed, most databases allow you to click on the title of the journal where you will find that information. Further in the video, I'll show you how to limit your search to only peer reviewed articles. Back to the process, the journal will receive the article. Now, the journal will do one of two things. They might decline the article immediately as being outside the scope of their publication, which means it's not really what they normally publish. If they decline the article, the researcher could still submit it to other journals. The journal's other possible response is to send it to a group of peers in the field for review. So, an education journal would send the article to education experts, a nursing journal would send it to nursing experts, and so on and so forth. The reviewers then evaluate the article on its validity, importance, and originality, and give feedback on how to improve it. Based on their comments, the journal has a few options. They might decline the article, or they will accept the article as it is, which is not very common. The most likely option is that they will ask the researcher to make some revisions and submit again. At this point, the researcher will receive the article with the recommendations, and they can choose not to make the changes, in which case the journal declines the article, or they can choose to make the revisions and resubmit the article. They will go through the process again, sometimes through several cycles, until the journal accepts the revised article for publication. As you can see, it's a long, drawn-out process. Why does academia have this peer review process? This is the way in which journals ensure that the articles they publish are high quality, credible, and original research in their field of study. Compare that with popular types of articles that you might find on Google. While some are better than others, they are not screened by nearly the same types of rigorous standards that peer-reviewed articles are. So how does this affect you? Your professors will generally expect you to be searching peer-reviewed and/or scholarly sources. University-level classes require university-level research. Many people use scholarly works or sources interchangeably with peer-reviewed. Scholarly works include peer-reviewed articles, but also include other works, such as books, that are still academic but don't have the same peer review process. Many large universities have presses that publish scholarly books, such as Oxford University Press and Harvard University Press. You can usually find these at your university or college library. Now that you know what they are and why you should use them, how can you find them? Many of you might be used to using Google to find articles for your assignments. While Google Scholar does have some peer-reviewed articles, you can't assume that they are good sources just because they are in Google Scholar rather than regular Google. There's no screening process, and you may end up with articles that have incorrect or biased information. Whatever university or college that you end up going to will have access to many peer-reviewed articles. While you are a CAP student, you have access to Polk Library's databases and materials. You can search for peer-reviewed articles easily using our search filters. If you're searching for an article on Search at UW, type in your keywords and change the drop-down menu on the right to Articles. Once you've clicked Search, you'll see a list of results. You can choose Peer-Reviewed Journals on the top here to show only peer-reviewed articles. You can also see that each entry has a few labels right above the title, and one of those is a peer-reviewed icon if it is in fact a peer-reviewed article. Now I'll show you how to select peer-reviewed articles in one of our databases. Not all of the databases look the same, so check their filters or limiters to see if one is available. I'll use Academic Search Complete, an EBSCOhost database that you might use as an example. You can scroll down on the landing page to see the option, or you can type in your keywords first, click Search, and find the filter up here. As I mentioned earlier, once you've clicked a title and found source or journal, you can click on the title of the journal to see if it's peer-reviewed. If you have any questions or need any help finding articles for your research, please check our 24/7 library help chat. There will be a librarian waiting to assist you or answer your questions. You can also email us at the email address seen here.